It takes a village to raise a family, and Family Building Blocks is the village that people don't have.
I felt like I didn't really have like a lot of support, and then suddenly Family Building Blocks became that village for me.
We partner with parents that have really young children, and it's important because of the brain development happening so early on in life.
The first 3 years, as we know from all the research, is the really, really key time in the children's life.
My family would say, she's so little, she's only 1 and you're sending her off to school, you know, and I was like, well, it's what she needs and it's what I need.
And partnering with parents means a lot of times they'll call us and just share with us that they want to raise their kids differently than the way they were raised, but they really don't know any other way.
I had called Family Building Blocks right after I had Chloe, and I quickly was a participant in the program. We ended up having Chloe in the classroom by her first birthday, which was like a blessing for me. The classrooms were just like perfect.
Teachers were always focused on how you were feeling, and they would always take care of you in a very nice way.
Some of my first few memories are at Family Building Blocks. It was just somewhere we could go and kind of get away from that trauma and stuff that was going on at home. And it was just a place you could be a kid, you know, and get love and support and stuff that you may have been lacking. You know, it was just a safe place.
The home visiting program, I think, was almost always the most important thing to the families.
The home visits were really, really important to me at the beginning because I was isolated. Having somebody that would come into my house that I could trust, that wasn't gonna judge me or, you know, help me really like trust my community.
All they need is for people to say, I believe in you, and here's resources, and here's supports, and here's connections.
For these families to have the courage to be able to say, I need help, that's tough. But then to get into an organization where the staff is so selfless and they're telling these folks, we believe in you.
We work with them on breaking the cycles that they were raised in. They're the ones that are making these changes. They're the ones that are breaking the cycles. We're just modeling what does that look like.
I spent a lot of time out in that sandbox.
So we say wear your play clothes at Family Building Blocks because you're going to walk out with handprints, mud, and sensory experiences all over your clothing.
I enjoy kids, and I like being silly.
My favorite word is joy, and these children bring so much joy and happiness, and there's no way you might have awakened in the morning and been sad, but you show up here to be in that classroom and see how happy they are, excited to see you.
I'm thinking of one little guy who, if you've never seen a depressed baby, it's absolutely amazing. You know, just sad. A 9, 10-month-old who's very sad looking, doesn't smile, and by the time he graduated, when I would come to the door, he would smile and laugh. It was just like amazing.
Over and over we hear stories of children who have experienced tough beginnings, who come into a classroom and don't really know how to interact, and then, you know, slowly blossom in that classroom. To me, that's why I do the work.
About 15 years ago, my daughters and I would volunteer at family nights. Every time Emma and Ellie and I would show up, that team of staff there, for us to watch them interact with the families, my kids thought that they were the nicest people in the world. They said that to me. And what a great experience that I was able to give my kids.
For me, as I work at the reception desk, I get to greet all the children, and my main goal is to learn the children's names, so that way every time that they come in through that door, I get to greet them by their name, and just to see their smiling faces of like, wow, she knows my name. I love to hear them say good morning back to me, or hi, or just a smile. I get to be just a little tiny bit part of that accomplishment of the family.
I remember the first day I went in, coming into the classroom, one of the first things I did was sit down and have breakfast. As we started eating, the little boy that was sitting next to me asked me if I wanted something to eat. And I remember saying, no, I'm fine, but thank you. And he kind of looked at me like, you're in my territory now. So he scoops it up, puts it on my plate. and we had breakfast.
It's amazing to see staff members on the FBB who came from the program, and then also to be in the community and to meet a family who has been impacted by Family Building Blocks.
It's a testament to amazing leadership. They don't just care about the families that are currently in our program, they care about all the families that are on our wait list, which is a very important need as well.
I remember getting invited to a board meeting and getting asked, where do you see Family Building Blocks? And I was like, we need a location in Woodburn to really service those families out in the rural area.
Well, FBB has always served a lot of Latino community, but I think in the last 10 years, 12 years, I've seen a lot more focus on really connecting with the communities they're serving.
Whenever we have locations that are closer to the families that are needing it, it's so much easier for a family to be able to say yes.
Just so important to be embedded in the communities, to build trust, to make those connections, but also to keep a really sharp eye on what families need.
I think it will just keep expanding to community after community, because there is not a community in Oregon that doesn't need this.
It's not just about serving more families, but it's about really improving the way that we deliver service to families.
To me, there's nothing more selfless than giving for kids and families.
Just to get down on your knees and play with these little ones and see the love and the joy in their eyes, because they appreciate that. They might not experience that at home every day.
I think I'd been going to Family Building Blocks for, 6 months or so. My biological mom, she passed away, and it happened during the night when she passed away.
And Mommy had died during early morning hours sitting in front of her computer, and the 3 little kids found her. So they were pretty upset. And the kids still wanted to go to Building Blocks, and I thought it's a good, safe environment for them.
Looking back on everything, Family Building Blocks really helped to solidify that they're good people with good intentions, and that, you don't have to be on guard all the time, you don't have to be fearful, and people aren't always gonna leave, so it was really good to have that constant. David and I met in 2020, got married the following year, and now we have our little boy, and he's almost 10 months old.
She, of course, is such a good mom with her little boy, and I'm so proud of her. And I know that Family Building Blocks made a difference.
I'm really grateful for everything that Family Building Blocks, my family, everyone has done for me.